Hello everyone. So today there's another lesson of comprehension in my course English for the Thinkers. We will be doing comprehension in terms of tapping into your analytical skills. So before we go ahead, let me first introduce myself to you all. My name is Shrishti Rishi and hey, that's me. I have done my bachelor's in business under London School of Economics, and on a professional level, I'm heading the business development department at Rare Technologies. We sort of deal with pharmaceutical machineries trading. And alongside, I'm a teacher at this NGO called the Candle Project, where we teach English and confidence building to underprivileged kids. And on a personal level, I'm a marathoner, hiker, and a big time fitness and football freak. So guys, if y'all have any doubts, queries, questions, please follow me at this given link so y'all can put in your feedback. Y'all can get to know how interesting this course I am putting up, and any doubts, please let me know. So let's go ahead with comprehension. So we know comprehension as a component of English language, but hey, comprehension in itself is basically a method or a tool of having the ability of understanding. Like, for example, you can say some will have the least comprehension to what I am trying to do, which means some people will have the least understanding to what I'm trying to do. So comprehension basically is your ability of understanding and interpreting of what's happening in front of you. While in English, what does it take to understand the written material? Written material over here is not books and all. It means what passage or paragraph is actually kept under you, in front of you. So what it actually takes is, first is your ability to imagine whatever you're reading. It's very important while you're reading, you have your imagination running in mind of whatever you're reading. The connection between the matter and the imagination. I mean, I know it's nice to, build your story, but also it must be related to whatever you're reading. And strong vocabulary skills. Every word that you're reading, it is essential to know its meaning, because, you might just lose track. So, yep. How are comprehensive skills helpful? Guys, not just in terms of, acing reading comprehensions in GMAT, but also it's helpful in your daily life, such as you are able to interpret what's important. You're able to, just drag out of what's important from the matter given above, the matter that's put in front of you. What caused an event to happen? You're able to analyze the situation properly once you have high comprehensive skills. And third is the conclusion to be drawn with subtle validation and, evidences. You'll know what to do. Next, when it comes to comprehension in English, we all know the structure. We're given a paragraph and we have to read the paragraph thoroughly and answer the questions. So here we have an example of a passage which basically talks about a play, which is basically a streetcar named Desire. And over here, basically they're talking about how an actor, along with a director called Elia Kazan, has basically changed the concept of this character called, Stanley Kolwansky. I'm sorry for the pronunciation. And also basically they talk about how they have, evolved with the play and the kind of, feedback the play has got because they have changed the concept. I will get back to the details once we go ahead. I'll get back to the details of this play once we go ahead with the course. Now, once we have a passage, once we've read our passage, these are the very typical questions that are asked, and these questions are not just asked in terms of your GMAT or in terms of any exam which is given at a later stage in life, but also for your kids in school. So, generally they ask the purpose of this passage. It can be in MCQs. Mostly it's in MCQs, but also it can be in the form of a short answer. then it comes as, it can be inferred that questions like this are most oftenly asked wherein they test your interpretation of either a sentence or a phrase or even a paragraph of the passage. They'll give you a paragraph and they'll be like, it can be interpreted, and they'll give you a choice that which of these choices are close to whatever paragraph has been interpreted. So this is one of the most important questions that you'll find almost everywhere in every comprehension. Situational questions, like they'll give basically a kind of situation and they'll ask your opinion, but again in MCQs. Like this is most oftenly seen in your RC passages in GMAT. Then answer spotting questions. These are not just MCQs, these are direct short questions as well, which is basically like the answer is directly put up on the passage and you just have to write the answer. However, it's preferred that you just don't cut, copy, paste, but you also write it in your words. You definitely put up the point, you just definitely spot the answer and write the answer, but also it's preferred that you put up in your way, in your own words. And also at the end of the comprehension, there's this one question that comes, which is basically like a brief answer kind of a thing, wherein they'll ask you your opinion of the passage, the scenario. There'll be different scenarios that they'll ask. They'll also ask about the language that the author has used and the conclusion that you draw, or situational questions like, had you been in their place, what would you do, and what do you understand by this passage? And this is what these kind of questions they ask. Now, this is basically your comprehension that we generally have learned in school. You know, we've been asked to read the passage 2-3 times and, you know, imagine, and which is very important. Yes, it is important. You have to read the passage 2-3 times and underline the keywords and remember those keywords and accordingly answer the questions. But guys, you know what? These questions are firstly time-based, and you really need to basically, what I'm helping y'all out with is how do y'all save on time by this new approach that I have sort of come up with. So in a passage, basically, at least in comprehensions of any topic, it can be a feminist topic, it can be a historical topic, it can be a biological topic, it can be a simple topic talking about different kind of metals, for example, it can be a general story. Always realize this one thing. Every comprehension passage has a protagonist. In this case, we have a protagonist who actually is an actor himself, who's nothing else but your Marlon Brando, who basically acts as Stanley Kowalski, sorry. And after a protagonist, you have a product. Over here, can you all guess what the product is? It's nothing else but the play itself. Here we are, basically our product over here that we're talking about is the play. And also always realize this one thing. There's always a situation given in a comprehension. Situation over here that they have given to us is this passage that I've highlighted in blue, wherein they've given, for instance, how this character who's known to be a monster and brutal and a beast, he also is not liking his bad qualities, and how he basically, you know, after he has harmed this character called Stella, he goes back to her asking for her forgiveness. And basically they've used this as a situation talking about how this person, the protagonist, is a beast, but at the same time he's not liking the fact that he is a beast. This was just an example, guys, of a passage. But you know what? Always remember, in order to get your answers easily sorted, always remember there's always a protagonist. Your protagonist does not have to be a human being. It can be in a biological passage, it can be, for example, your red blood cells, formation of red blood cells and all. A product. What exactly are we talking about? What are we really selling in the passage? And basically, not a product in terms of marketing, but what really the author is emphasizing on, apart from the protagonist. And a situation. There will always be a situation. And once we have these 3 points sorted, we can easily answer these questions. Can you realize that? what is the purpose of this passage? This talks nothing else but about your product. About you basically can, if in case you want, you can mix your situation and your product and talk about how, this has come up with. Then once you've sorted these 3 points, you can easily interpret and relate to the questions. And answer spotting anyways becomes clear, situational becomes clear. And once you are clear about those 3 points, guys, you can definitely put in your opinion, and strategizing your own story, or putting up your own conclusion with reasoning becomes very much interesting and easy. It saves a lot on time and also helps you with your analytical skills. It makes you analyze thoroughly and put in your opinion with great validity. So yep guys, this was about comprehension. Any doubt, your feedbacks are most welcome. Thank you so much.